Got it. Welcome everybody to the stable beta release party for AtomicDEX 0.4.0. If this is your first time being a part of one of the events that's been happening all throughout February for Komodo, then what you can find is that at the top of our Twitter, there will be a stream link that is sharing live, and on our YouTube, there's a stream link that is sharing live, and we are sharing live out of our Discord, where we have a wonderful community doing a ton of sharing and communication and just collection over this. Stable Beta 0.4.0 for AtomicDEX is the major update for AtomicDEX, taking it from initial beta to stable. And it is the key result of the AtomicDEX stress test that you participated in at the beginning of December. Along with the stable beta 0.4.0 release, Komodo has put together and is releasing AtomicDEX.io as its product explainer page for what is AtomicDEX and information about it. And it becomes another high quality place that you can go and grab a download link for AtomicDEX and get your hands on it yourself. Those of you that are tuning in and listening during the next hour or so for this live stream, we'll be showing off this AtomicDEX.io new website product explainer page. We'll be showing off the AtomicDEX 0.4.0. If you've never downloaded AtomicDEX before, we'll be going through the process of how to do that and how to set up a new wallet. And we have several segments talking about games, round robin question asking, stress test results, and what's next for AtomicDEX after the 0.4.0 release. That's coming all throughout this live stream event. We also have bounty campaigns that are active on Twitter and Reddit, and we are doing a campaign for the first 25 users to download and install AtomicDEX 0.4.0. We'll send them 10 KMD so that they can start getting their active staking rewards going, because that's the minimum. And then after all this is over today, we'll be running another stream following this up tomorrow around the same time for an hour, continuing this live party on so that people get another chance to attend and win more prizes and just participate and make some noise around 0.4.0. If you are new to the live stream events that have been happening out of Komodo during February and some that were happening during January, this is part of Komodo's content creation cycle to create more material that can then be shared out on social media that can inform people in the crypto space about how to understand about crypto and how to get involved, and basically how to become financially sovereign, which is something that's difficult to do even within our space with projects that are filled with so much shill. We've got about a minute and a half left on the clock. I'm going to see if Audo is here and wants to say any words before the new website hits. And we have other team members in the channel as well. We have Charles Gonzalez, PTYX, who will be doing some speaking later on various things working in the background from the dev team. And we have Caden Stadelman, CA333, our CTO, that is coming by as well during the live stream today to talk about what's coming next for AtomicDEX. Audo, do you have anything you want to say while we wait for the AtomicDEX.io site to go live in about a minute?
Yeah, hey, welcome everyone to the stream. We will be playing some guessing game on the stream, so don't go away. We have a situation where we have created a bunch of seeds with 50 KMD in each, and we'll be showing some clues, and you might guess the seed, and then if you do the first one, then you will win 50 KMD. So look up for that one, it's coming up. But first we are gonna be showcasing the new website as well as the new stable beta release, and JC will be walking us through that all. But I think maybe we have a small chance here to talk about the DeFi engine too, and what does this mean for us? Like, why is this stable beta release such a milestone?
And it looks like the countdown timer just hit for AtomicDEX.io website to go live. Right before I hit the read buttons, I will be sure to key shout out to Delton as well, which is he's by the YouTube channels if you're watching the live stream on YouTube and trying to communicate with us, and dropping that off in our Discord, or the Twitter channels if you want to reply to the stream on Twitter and and get some comments there. He drops them off here in the Discord so we can answer them and give comment to them, and carries them back and forth so that your voices can be heard in Discord and you could be a part of the live stream. And he is also the person that has made the AtomicDEX 0.4.0 stable beta milestone achieved post that is now resting in our blog. His detailing will be going over the features. Delton has done an amazing job doing this. All of our partners and PR media basically crutch on Delton for being able to get these news and announcements, and he has also produced the AtomicDEX stress test results, which has been syndicated out through media partners, and we're getting attention on as we speak. And this has all just been amazing, amazing work by Delton. I want to be sure to get that shout out because he doesn't speak as much, but he has been on the live streams for the rest of the rest of the February events as well. So let me give it a refresh to the AtomicDEX.io live. And there we have it. Jcharming in the background helping put this all together as well. Big shout out to that and everybody that's a part of the Komodo team. Here we have the AtomicDEX.io website. That is the new product explainer page that we get to push out in front of everybody for talking about what is AtomicDEX and how they can participate with it and how they can get involved with it. If anybody would like to say a few words, this is going to be a bit more of a casual live stream as we get to have a lot of team talk in here and we get to interact a lot with the community. If anybody has things that they want to share or say, just go ahead and just go ahead and share it out. We've got some actually super dank memes now, like rolling through the stable beta 0.4.0 launch party channel on our Discord. So Audo, do you want to give a few minutes to talking about stable beta release and what it means to us here, and then I'll start going through the website and give it a bit of attention for our product explainer.
Yeah, so let's talk about this release and what this marks for us. So this was the like a milestone, like the big milestone for us, this stable beta release. And this has been in the works for a long time. And back in December, we hosted the second stress test to try out our AtomicDEX powered network that is using the atomic swap technology, and the results were great. And I think that the conclusion estimation was we could do about 10,000 swaps per second, wasn't it? And it all proved that we can scale up, and that there's this underlying engine behind the AtomicDEX that we call Komodo DeFi engine, and that is something we'll be talking more during this stream and also during this year. And the idea is that anyone could come in, announce their own branded DEX, and AtomicDEX is just the first one. And now there's effort by others to create one. There's one from Mamara project that is based in Turkey, the Mamara University. And then there is one community-led effort by PYTX to make a Doge DEX. And that is all connected to the same underlying DEX network, the Komodo DeFi engine. And that is what we were stress testing. And during the past months, we were ironing out all the rest of the bugs and increase the performance. And that is now today that we are here to hand out the stable beta for AtomicDEX. And we are ready part option, and we're getting ready to add liquidity to the DEX and getting more use for it. So this is the first big milestone, and it's going to be a great year for AtomicDEX.
I couldn't agree more. Big shout out to the people who put in all the work on this website. We have Yuri, we have Tony, and we have Nazith, and everyone who helps as well. This is coming straight from CA333 in other channels, who says that he's already getting amazing feedback, and this website is fantastic. So let's go ahead and show off the website some and talk about this product explainer page and what it looks like. And then after that, I'll go into a session for showing everybody that hasn't downloaded AtomicDEX before or would like to be a part of 0.4.0, how they can get it and how they can set up a wallet. And then we'll continue on with the live stream covering a couple of different topics, including our live bounties and the ways in which you can earn some KMD or share these ways to earn KMD with other people to help Komodo get more and more attention. We have had a pretty huge success and win here overall in Komodo for marketing over the past months, just by evidence of our Discord being so, wow, there's so many people in the voice channel right now. Auto and Delton, have you guys seen this many people at PTY?
No, I haven't. I'm glad that we mentioned it earlier on Telegram, because I think there's a lot of people on Telegram. They have good ideas, they have good opinions, but most of them aren't on Discord. So I think a few of them came over.
That's great. Yeah, we're looking forward to doing more of the Telegram activity with March, with our social media push, as we get people lined up to volunteer, do part-time work, like help champion these audiences that we're trying to be more in contact with.
Nice.
We just actually had Churro, who was one of the OG interns from the end of last year from Auto's first internship, step up and take over Reddit, and has released a competition on Reddit and is following up with that there, which is just absolutely great. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, right? It's already early on March goals. It's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the website. So what we wound up having was what was built here is this, for AtomicDEX.io, is this wonderful product explainer page, which we can now point people to and that say, what is AtomicDEX? And we can say, this is exactly what it is. And it's a way to upgrade their DEX experience, because AtomicDEX is a secure wallet and non-custodial decentralized exchange rolled into one application. You can try it today on any platform and start making your first atomic swaps. And we have our download links right here, which is absolutely great. We have this embedded format which talks about the swaps for the last 24 hours, the swaps for the last 30 days, and the swaps total being aggregated here, which is this is one of those great pusher pieces where it's like, all right, let's figure out how to make these numbers bigger every day, and people can come by and look at these. It's just absolutely killer. Then we get to scroll down and learn a little bit more about how AtomicDEX is different. AtomicDEX has decentralized peer-to-peer order books. So many of the DEXs in our blockchain space, they aren't really non-custodial. A lot of times they are automated market maker pools where people place funds into contracts, and then they're exposed to all kinds of loss and problems and situations that are just terrible. The major win in solutions here, and the feedback that we've gotten from PR for like one of the notable things as far as new technology goes, is that because there are decentralized order books on AtomicDEX, it stands out. And that is just absolutely killer for us, that we get to have that kind of communication. The widest cross-protocol support is the next situation that we have for the story of AtomicDEX. So AtomicDEX doesn't limit trading to a single blockchain protocol. Like on Ethereum, how congestion just builds up and builds up until prices are so high that nobody can basically use the AMMs and everything else that are associated with it, or they can only do so like with basically losing a lot. AtomicDEX offers the ability to swap on chain between various other blockchains that have been implemented in the underlying protocol. That underlying protocol is the Komodo DeFi, and that is how we're able to use attacks to a chain. You submit your trade and then it gets mined out by blockchain miners or those that are staking, and then it's a native trade peer to peer on a blockchain between blockchains with no proxy tokens required, which is absolutely great. We go to the next part of this story and we talk about the secure trading platform. Atomic swaps are designed such that both traders either receive funds they desire or nothing happens at all. This is such a powerful hook that that nobody else can really tote in our sector. It's always, we'll give you an IOU, or there'll be like a little bit of a stand-in, or there's deposit and withdrawal times, or like just like the trade itself ends up being like insecure or possibility for a vector to attack. Because of this situation, even though atomic swaps uh, can be slower to settle overall, it creates the first secure trading peer-to-peer situation that exists in our space widespread. And it's just absolutely killer. We talk about the new level of security and decentralization that exists for AtomicDEX. And here we have a screenshot shown for the AtomicDEX desktop. This is the peer-to-peer trading, no middleman, your keys, your coins. You trade immediately. There's no deposit or withdrawal wait times. You control everything the whole way through. Unrestricted trading pairs, as in like if you want to trade a pair, like if GME winds up as a tokenized asset on AtomicDEX, it's not like Robinhood where suddenly they say we're not going to let you trade it anymore. Like that's just simply impossible for that situation to occur on AtomicDEX. No trading fees for makers, and takers only pay a 0.13% cost to pick up the other side of that order, which is just, that's absolutely killer. Then we get to talk about the creating your own branded deck situation, which PTYX Charles Gonzalez will be giving some voice to later on in the story of Doge decks and what's been becoming of that. The idea of a branded DEX is that AtomicDEX itself is an agnostic flagship proof of concept application that sits on the Komodo DeFi engine. So AtomicDEX powered by Komodo DeFi engine is really the story and hook here. Because of this, other people can build similar tech, just like AtomicDEX, on top of Komodo DeFi engine. And the push within our business channels and all of our communications through PR about this has been to encourage other projects to pick up AtomicDEX and be able to have their own branded DEX wallet. So basically, if they just have a wallet that doesn't empower their users to exchange in a decentralized fashion, then they're behind the times. And AtomicDEX creates this agnostic, unbranded opportunity to be able to tote their own. And the real benefit here is that it's all built on top of Komodo DeFi engine, which means that if anybody else picks up this DEX and brands it, which we have going on with Doge DEX right now, and there's communications from Dash community, and I believe that there was a communication recently with Gleek, which is a recent listing on Bittrex, that liquidity is aggregated across everybody that's connected to the Komodo DeFi engine. That means that AtomicDEX itself is the master aggregator in our space for the decentralized order books and liquidity. And this is one of the major ways in which we get to tackle the when liquidity question. And we get to do it with Dogecoin, which is in the great news cycle right now. And we get to do it with other things as they hit news cycles. So every time somebody else gets a win, AtomicDEX and Komodo get a win. That's the machine that's being built here. Compatible with 99% of crypto assets is the next part of this story. Under the hood, Komodo DeFi engine powers the ability to integrate chains all across the crypto space ecosystem. At the moment, all ERC20s and Ethereum, all QDM and QRC20s, all UTXO based coins, and KMD and smart chains are these things that can be plugged in, and we're just continually working to build them into the protocol level. Ethereum and all their ERC20s are actually all available right now. The same thing with QDM and QRC20s. Komodo and any of the chains launched out of the Komodo ecosystem get that same kind of immediate list feature, as well as we saw with the recent Bitcoin and Soldier Coin that were community made pushes to capitalize on these situations. And those kind of tactics just get to become easier and easier and more frequent as time goes on. We've got a nice try it section here in the banner to remind you to go ahead and pick it up and try it if you're not already convinced. A button to join the DEX network where you can contact BizTeam and get more information about how you can get your project integrated into the protocol. And then we end with a latest news section where these become the latest updates for front that Delton puts out through our blog for the communications about AtomicDEX that are tagged with that information. We have a nice little index footer at the bottom. So that is the AtomicDEX.io page. I'll scroll back up through it slowly and let anybody else that wants to get in on this communication give their comments or pick up any questions or comments from the stable beta associated Discord channel, or if you're following along on YouTube or Twitter on the live stream, then you can drop us comments and we'll scoop them up. Then we'll move on to talking about AtomicDEX Stable Beta 0.4.0, the prizes, the contests, the things that you can win from for following along with the live stream and being a part of the Komodo community here. An amazing website, great team delivery and win here. Audo PTYX Delton, looking for a Jcharming. Looking for team members here in the voice chat that may want to give comment to it before we move on. Anybody have anything they want to say, comment on, or give out?
I have just answered a few questions that have come up in the Discord. There was a question about the mobile release, and there might be just a lag before the new release is available to the mobile, but it will be there. Then there was a question about the rewards and the bounties. We will get to those shortly on this stream.
Sounds great. Well, let's continue on with this live stream then. We just did the website showcase, and now we're going to do the application showcase and download for the setup demo for those that are paying attention and want to find out how to do this. In case you have never downloaded AtomicDEX before, or you're looking to create your first wallet, it's always nice to throw in this 5-minute section. We've been doing this more and more often and getting good feedback from new users that are coming in saying that, hey, I joined your Discord because I was able to follow your explainer very easily and make my own wallet and have my own multi-coin custodial decentralized exchange. And it's just been powerful. So with that in mind, there are two major places that you can pull AtomicDEX from. The first of which is now our AtomicDEX.io product explainer page. And I always love to give some precedence back to the Komodo platform page, which will also show off here, which also has gotten some of its incremental updates and has gotten an improvement in its visuals and optimizations. So you can also grab it from the AtomicDEX button at the top of komodoplatform.com. And you can grab the download button here for Komodo, for the Komodo features AtomicDEX. When you click that button on AtomicDEX.io, it gives you like this screen grab right here. That is your download for AtomicDEX 0.4.0 stable beta. And then you can go ahead and hit that and it will begin the download down at the bottom. I'm not going to make everybody wait for the download, and instead I am going to pretend as though I'm running the installer. Give me just 1 second for technical update.
I will take this break as JC is setting himself up to quickly give a shout out about the upcoming game called Guess to Get KMD. We have prepared few seed words that have 50 KMD each for grabs. So what you need to do is follow the instructions that JC is gonna tell you on how to download and install AtomicDEX. Then you set up your wallet, and you need that to claim. So what we will be doing here is that all these stars here represent words. So here this seed phrase has 6 words. So if you guess it, then you will win. And what you do, you would just add this as a wallet to AtomicDEX with this seed that you think it is. And if you guessed correctly, then when you log in to the wallet, you would have 50 KMD there. And then, of course, to claim it, you have to send it out of the wallet to your own wallet. And the first one to do this wins. And we will monitor it live, like who gets it first, so we know when someone gets it. So
are there any clues for the seed, Auto?
Not yet, not yet. We will get to that.
Okay.
But first,
Okay,
we will let JC to explain how to download and use AtomicDEX. So I'm gonna hand it off back to JC. Are we ready?
We are ready. I'm actually going to use Delton's blog explainer piece to walk us through the process of downloading AtomicDEX. So once you have your download and you go through the install app process, this is explaining it through using the Windows version, is that you will download it and you'll get a series of screens asking you for your information about AtomicDEX and where you want to install it. You'll follow through installer setup. It's actually a very wonderful wizard. It takes you through the process very efficiently. You'll eventually get to a place where you are asked about a license agreement and if you want to accept it or not. The license agreement is unique for AtomicDEX in that the entire agreement centers around making sure that the technology stays open sourced. So there's even a commentary line built into that in case you want to fork and make your own version of AtomicDEX so that you have the language to set in to make sure that you stay safe from any kind of regulatory issues or or any open source infringement issues that there may or may not be. It was a really great write up. So, and it really announces the ethos of Komodo. So we have it asks you for your start menu shortcuts, and if you're ready to install. And after that, you will run the installing AtomicDEX desktop, and then you can run it. Now I'll take us through an actual live version of the wallet creation process, and I'll bring up AtomicDEX itself. And here we have it, the AtomicDEX 0.4.0 stable beta. And on this is my personal one. So I have a couple different wallets made here already that I've used for other examples, and compromised is the example one for the prizes that we've ran in the past. Somebody's already emptied this out in the past as part of a prize bounty allocation. The Komodo wallet is the one that I'm often showing on the live stream. And what I'm going to do is show how to do a new wallet for AtomicDEX. So if you're a first-time user and you have already downloaded AtomicDEX and set it up, this is the first you'll be met with, and all the wallets here will be blank. So we'll do a new wallet, enter the wallet name of whatever you want to call it. And then we have a seed that is generated here. Now, this seed is, as if this is public knowledge, which this is now, means that this seed is compromised. So anybody that has this seed would be able to access this wallet when I finish making it. But I'm going to use this for demonstration purposes only. So I just wanted to be clear that this seed is the most important private information that you can have about your wallet. If somebody else has this seed, then they own your coins as well. But for the purposes of this, I will show how to go through the wallet making process. So we have a generated seed. I am going to save that off screen onto a secure location. And then what it's going to ask me to do is it's going to ask me to confirm the seed. Now that I know that I have it saved in another location, because I need to remember this seed, it's the most important thing about being able to restore my wallet or get my funds again. If, for example, my computer crashes, or if I accidentally like delete the application, any of like a million things that could go wrong. This seed is the way that I re-access my wallet and the funds associated with it. So I'll go ahead and paste that seed down into here. It's going to ask me to enter a password. And it's going to ask me for a lot of characters. So I want to be sure to satisfy it. It's asking me to make a very strong one. At least 16 characters, and I'm still short. So we
Yeah,
got,
it's always
yeah. There we go. And I finally got one that hit the mark. And then I'm going to go ahead and confirm that password again. And then I would go ahead and hit continue. But since I know that this wallet is just going to end up being compromised anyway, then I'm going to just go ahead and hit back, because there's no point for me keeping this. Now, after this, when I hit continue, it's going to ask me a few questions, making sure that I actually have my seed saved somewhere else. It'll randomly select, 3 different numbers, like what is the 3rd word in your seed, what is the 7th word in your seed, and what is the 24th word in your seed. And being able to answer those ensures that I've saved those words somewhere else. And that's kind of like the double check to make sure that you're not just going through and then one day you're being like, oh, what was my seed? Like, it makes sure that you at least wrote it down somewhere. Then after that is done, it will populate it on the wallet page. I'm going to go ahead and use the Komodo wallet to log into to show off stable beta 0.4.0. And here we have it. In it, I have a chunk of funds that are going to be shared out to the people that are downloading AtomicDEX and setting it up their first wallet for the first time. And that's going to be the first bounty prize opportunity that we're just announcing ad hoc during the live stream. So for the first 25 people that download AtomicDEX stable beta 0.4.0 and then post that to the stable beta 0.4.0 launch party channel in our Discord, I will send 10 KMD each to, if they don't have any on in that. So what you need to do is you post your public address, take a peek on the blue and make sure there's and I'll send you your first 10D so you can start staking that to get your active user Komodo rewards because you have to have at least 10 in order to get it. And the way that you do that is you go to KMD coin and you click the claim rewards. And every 30 days, you can claim these active user rewards, earning 5% over the course of a year because it bases it off of your unspent transaction amounts. This is one of the benefits to holding the KMD coin is that you hold KMD and then you gain 5% active rewards, and you need 10 KMD just to start that process. So, oh, we even have the first one. We have Cypher, who actually shared a screenshot of their AtomicDEX and their public address, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that 10 KMD over because now I don't even have to go look on the blockchain. So, again, if you want to share a picture of your AtomicDEX, that's even better. If you end up doing this on a tweet or on YouTube, you can go ahead and do it there as well, and we'll scoop it up. It's just the first 25 people that set up a new wallet or set up AtomicDEX for the first time and need 10 KMD so they can start staking their active user rewards. Can communicate that to us in our Discord channel at the Stable Beta 040. We'll be monitoring the YouTube channels live stream and the Twitter live stream as well. And anybody that drops there, we can go ahead and scoop that up as well. And they're coming in fast. So I'm going to go ahead and hand over the mic to Audo. And I am going to go ahead and start batching out some sends to these people that have been dropping their addresses and checking on the blockchain to make sure that they've got empty wallets so that we can give them their first 10 KMD to start staking for active user rewards.
All right. So what do we have at the schedule? So we're gonna talk about the bounties, and then I believe we should be heading to a short 5-minute break, and after that we would talk with the rest of our team and talk more about AtomicDEX and Komodo DeFi engine, as well as the WebDEX that's coming. Is that all right, JC, or did I miss something?
Nope. In fact, that's actually best. Why don't we move to take our 5-minute break now? And I'll go ahead and start. We're getting a lot of people sending in the requests for their first 10 KMD for the active user rewards. And I'm going to start sending those out over the break here now. And then as soon as we come back, we'll share the bounty campaigns for Twitter and Reddit and the game that Auto has set up for the live stream today, and follow up with those discussion topics for the open discussion over the future of AtomicDEX, like what's coming next, the stress test results, and the what we have dubbed as the round robin questions, which is us getting to just answer some important questions and give voice to that. All right, I am still sending out bounties to the first 25 people that have replied that they have set up a new Komodo wallet. They have set up a new AtomicDEX wallet with a KMD address, and they are collecting their 10 KMD to start their active user rewards. What I'm going to do is I am going to give a little bit of voice to some bounty campaigns that we have started up. The first one of which is that the first 25 people to reply in our Discord channels getting that 10 KMD active user reward bounty to seed that first amount. The second of which is Churro, who has put together a Reddit bounty campaign as part of our. Here we go. As part of our outreach for doing this kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and show it on my screen. And what we've got is that this is getting cross posted all over Reddit, and we're getting hits back about this. So if you go to our subreddit at Komodo platform, r/Komodo platform, you get to do this post your Komodo and AtomicDEX meme below as a link because this is now live, and download AtomicDEX if you haven't done it already. Join our Reddit community and fill out the associated form, which is going to ask for your Reddit handle and or a link to that you submitted. And for your KMD AtomicDEX address. And Churro is going to be following these up and delivering a 500 KMD bounty as part of the AtomicDEX release party that we're hosting on Reddit. And we'll have a specific post coming out on Twitter for the bounty situation happening there as well, and that'll be happening later on during the live stream. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to Audo, who is going to talk some about the games that he has going on for during the live stream, while I continue to batch out the rest of the 10 KMD rewards for everybody that set up a new wallet and is downloading AtomicDEX and using it for the first time. It's like huge. I didn't expect to get such a flood right off the bat. It's great.
Okay, so let's talk about the game. So I think as a summary, so there's different type of bounty competitions going on. So the first one I think is over. We already got over 25 submissions. So we will be airdropping to everyone the KMDs. So thanks for joining. Thanks for downloading the AtomicDEX. Then we got the Reddit one that JC explained, and then there's a Twitter one coming up too. So be sure to check those out, especially if you are on Twitter, on Reddit. But now let's move to the live game that is only for those who are watching out there. So how this game is gonna work is that we have made a seed phrase. In this case, there's 6 words that are hidden here on the screen. Whoever guesses it first gets the bounty, or whoever claims it first gets the bounty. So there's 2 steps. So first you have to guess it correctly, and then you have to add it to your wallet, the seed, and then go and send the KMD out of it so that you claim the 50 KMD. And whoever claims it first wins. And it's gonna be a race, and we'll be here revealing the words or the letters slowly but surely. So I think maybe we start with the letter. So which letter should I reveal? Any give me some letters on the chat or in the voice. JC, I think JC you can even give a first one because there's a little lag on the stream. Just tell me one letter that we'll be revealing. You're
Well,
right.
we have.
Recap said R, so we are gonna start with that.
We should definitely start with K for Komodo.
Okay. Well, okay, let's start with K. Just have to give me 1 second as I figure this out. Okay, there's the first K.
Do you have the ability to screen share for those that are here in the Discord? Because I know that this is going out live on the stream.
That would be unfair because then there's a stream delay, so everyone needs to watch the stream.
Oh, okay. I understand what's going on. I'm watching the stream in another window, and I was like, oh, maybe I should post it up here. But yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. So okay, unless I'm totally blind, this is the only K. What else do you guys want? Oh, yeah. Okay, Giuliano said S. Let's go with an S.
Yeah, Giuliano, who has been a longtime MC since the AtomicDEX stress test for Komodo here.
But there's no S. I'm sorry. I will say one. Let's go with an O. All right, Andy said O. Right. Okay. I hope I don't fail this. It's like if I forget or I don't know this on bird.
You've got it. This is our first time through
this
getting to
first
run all
time.
these events and streams, so.
So what were all the letters we went through? We had K, O, and what was the one that there wasn't on? S.
Did Juliana said S, I think.
Yes, okay, so we have 3 letters now, K, O, and S. There were no S. Okay, let's see. Okay, so web worker said M. Let's see. Is there an M? Right. Definitely it's gonna be Komodo there. That one everyone guessed. All right, what was it? New first word moon? Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, I will pick one that I know there is. I will pick T. And I guess like we can also, I have to manually update this window here so that we validate that the 50 KMD is still there. And of course you can scan the QR code and monitor the address yourself as well. So let me just go here and update this. Yeah, it's still there. No one has guessed it. I guess we need more letters. Let's put an N there.
How close are we getting?
One word doesn't have anyone directly, yes.
Ooh.
Well, let's put one there. So let's pick air. I think someone said air at some time ago.
There's so many people that responded for the 10 KMT.
I actually tried to share the camera, but it's telling me that I can't share it when there's more than 25 people in the chat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's more than 25 for sure.
Okay.
We're going to have to
we
find ways to get
limit
bigger
it.
rooms.
Yeah, I think we'll have to test out, but I think Otto's idea of OBS is good. So if he has a stream on OBS, he can basically put like my video feed into the stream and anyone else's without actually cluttering Discord.
Oh, that's great. We've never maxed out our our channel yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I think so what should we do? How we're doing on time? Should we move on to a new segment? Of course, we can always get back to this game. Or we can add one more letter.
Yeah,
what do you guys
we've got
wanna
another
do?
couple minutes. I'm just going to keep on sending out people's first 10 KMD rewards.
50 KMD is still there. But now every word at least have one letter. Should we add one more?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll wrap this one up within the next 2 minutes. I think we got like another 3 puzzles we had on the back burner just in case it went by faster. And we'll be doing more of this tomorrow for sure. As a continuation to the live party.
Yeah, you noticed there were so many letters to add. Like this was like, okay, let's add E, and then there's only one.
We have YouTube about an H.
Ooh.
I think this is enough that someone might guess it.
Yeah, the first person to @ping Auto with what the full thing says.
No. They just have to claim it. Yeah, no, there's nothing pinging me. There's tons of things to me. I don't read them now. I can't.
Oh, that's right. This is the word that to go claim it from the wallet.
Yeah, it's in the wallet.
Oh,
you see the block explorer
I think
there.
someone.
That's right. That's right.
Someone guessed it. I think.
Did someone take it?
Did they already claim it?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Well, I'm updating it on the browser. The browser still says final balance 50 KMD. Or does it not update until the transaction has been confirmed? I don't have access now to the full explorer. Okay, I'm gonna check this now. Oh yeah, someone did claim it as an unconfirmed transaction.
It just, nice.
It just doesn't update the final balance until it's the.
Unless someone claims it and adds a higher fee.
Oh.
Right.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we had that happen with one of the previous treasure chests, is that somebody took it and then left some stuff behind.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, this guy transferred the whole amount, so.
Congratulations to the winner.
Maybe they can post a screenshot.
Yeah, I have to rethink this screen because it doesn't update immediately. It's just waiting that the transaction has to be confirmed before it updates the final balance. So it didn't work as I thought it would.
Oh, this Aussie tried to claim it, but the transaction was rejected by network rules. So,
Really? What does that mean?
It could have been that someone claimed it right before him or added a higher fee.
Oh.
I mean, obviously they wouldn't be able to do it manually, but just bad luck.
Now there's like 2 transactions now on the Explorer.
Oh no!
Or no. Someone claimed the reward. I guess.
Okay.
This I see.
Yeah. Someone claimed the KMD reward. Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay, let's just bring the. We will wait the transaction confirms before we share the entire seed what it was. just in case. I just printed the entire exported the screen. Just one moment. So here we go. We see someone claimed the 50 KMD, and then because there is active user reward on KMD, so it automatically starts accumulating. So even though I just created this today, but already accumulated some reward worth this much. And then as the person transferred the KMD out, then it resets the rewards. So the rewards came back to the wallet, and now someone or the same person then decided to also grab the reward.
That's awesome. So as part of so when somebody jumps into the wallet to claim a reward during these kind of prize scenarios, do they need to claim the active user rewards before sending it away? Is that part of the game here? Because there's building active user rewards in the background.
Yeah, well, they basically only need to send it once. Like here now this got one confirmation. So now it's for sure that this guy, the winner, got 50 KMD, and the reward transaction is still pending.
So even if you're the first person to run in and grab it, you may not, if you're claiming active rewards, you may not be the one to actually claim it.
Yeah, you would have to move fast too. Like if there's two people trying to claim at the same time, whoever puts that transaction through first.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Would win it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just reveal the seed.
These games are just going to get more and more fun as time goes on. I can tell already.
Right, so it was, oops, I made a mistake. So it was join Komodo and right. And write the dragon. So that was the correct seed.
I'm actually still batching up the rewards.
Yeah, that ends the first game. But I think we are low on time, so we have to move the next segment. But perhaps at the very end of the stream, we can just run one more of these games, and then tomorrow we have another stream at the same time when we can do more of this.
That sounds
to get
good.
The KMD, and maybe this gets a bit more smooth as we as we train how to do this game.
Yeah, it definitely.
We'll need to test out the video too. For tomorrow.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep on batching out rewards, and in the meantime, we can move on to the segments that we wanted to talk about, where we have various topics in mind, including the round robin set of questions to have and discuss within the team, the stress test results, and what's next for AtomicDEX, followed by the stable beta release, why it matters, quick summary, and then the information about the next stream tomorrow. Or do we want to take a quick 5-minute break while we get ready for those 3 discussion topics, and then before we move on to the end after that?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to keep on setting out the 10 KMD prizes. Thanks everybody for.
See everyone after the break.
Welcome back from the short break that we took after doing our first round of games and everything during our live stream party. I am still batching out the prizes for the first 25 people that responded with their addresses for wanting 10 KMD and setting up a new wallet and being a part of AtomicDEX stable beta 0.4.0 about a little around halfway through right now. We had a huge response right away. So thank you everybody that wanted to get your first 10 KMD to start staking those active user rewards inside AtomicDEX. What we're going to do is we're going to have a 10-minute segment talking about some what we're calling round robin questions that are important and are general FAQ questions that we want to be sure to give some voice to and get volume out while we have the ability to make this content and we're on a lot of people's radar within live streams. If you're just joining us and coming back from the break, or just finding this live stream for the first time yourself, this is Komodo's official release party for AtomicDEX Stable Beta 0.4.0, a secure wallet and non-custodial decentralized exchange, all rolled together into one application. You can go to AtomicDEX.io, which is our brand new website product explainer page for this, and you can go to komodoplatform.com and go to the AtomicDEX note at the navigation bar, and which takes you to our wallet page, both of which are the ideal places to go and download AtomicDEX Stable Beta 0.4.0. And if you're on the Komodo webpage, you can click around and find out a little bit more about what we have going on there. And if you make your way to the AtomicDEX.io new website, you can scroll down through it and get that explanation and talk from this new beautiful page about what AtomicDEX is, how it's different, and how you can upgrade your DEX experience so that you can do more than just have some basic old wallet. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout out a few FAQs for the team and people to answer here in channels. And if you have some questions about Komodo that you just basically want to get answered, we have Delton here, who is the director of content, monitoring the channels for YouTube and Twitter, looking for replies and live chat to bring those questions back. And we'll answer just a couple of them that the time allows. And we have Audo here, who is the CMO, who is running all the live streams and everything behind the scenes, making sure that this happens. And we have PTYX here as well, who is our amazing biz dev leader here at the space for Komodo that has been landing a ton of wins left and right, who's going to be talking about branded DEXs and the situation surrounding that later on. And I'm Jcharming. I do operations work here with Komodo and started as a result of Auto's internship initiative that he put together at the end of last year. So we're going to go ahead and start with a few questions. The question that threw out, we're just going to answer the popcorns from team member here in the channels, is how things work 5 years from now, and will we still use a centralized exchange? This question is giving volume to the idea that AtomicDEX is part of the next generation of DEX technologies that are coming out for avoiding having anybody else hold your collateral, hold your assets, hold your crypto. Like with the whole Robinhood and GME stock situation where they said, nope, no more buying, and no, you aren't allowed to withdraw, or you aren't allowed to do this or that, or with Robinhood right now where you can't withdraw your crypto. AtomicDEX is a completely non-custodial solution. You withdraw and deposit instantly at your own whimsy. It's a standalone application that doesn't call home, and it's just out there in the wild. In fact, we made it so agnostic, we didn't even label it with the Komodo branding just to encourage people to feel free to use it without having to be tethered into a brand shill for something else. So the question again stands on the floor of how things will work 5 years from now. Do you think we'll still be using centralized exchanges, or will we still be like moving away from centralized exchanges? What are people's thoughts here that they may want to give volume to on this?
I guess I'll say my piece on that. I think that centralized exchanges similar to banks are going to be around for a very, very long time just because they cater to a particular type of user, which is someone that doesn't want to have custody of their funds for X or Y reason. I've spoken with plenty of people that they keep funds in Binance because they really truly trust Binance or another exchange. And it's the same reason why most people, at least the newcomers to cryptocurrencies, they have that fear because they hear about people losing their bitcoins, and that's a real fear, because it's a real responsibility to actually custody your funds and do it in a safe manner, so you aren't risking losing the funds or getting hacked. So centralized exchanges definitely do hold a special place, and they're not going to go away, just like dial-up hasn't gone away, even though we have broadband and DSL and now satellite internet. There's people still using dial-up, AOL and stuff. So we shouldn't expect that to go away. I do think, though, speaking from my experience in the past year, having dealt with more institutional level investors, hedge funds, they are shifting towards cryptocurrencies, and a lot of the clients that they offer their services to actually have a real appetite for custody of their funds. So as more assets are tokenized, as more things are put on the blockchain as tokens or cryptocurrencies, there's going to be a niche of people that want to hold custody over their funds. And that's really why decentralized exchanges, even though at the moment things like Uniswap are very popular, they're not mainstream. I think they did a poll recently where it showed around 15 or 20% of people actually even know what DeFi is, and let alone use it. It's a very, very small percentage of the crypto community, and the crypto community is small as it is. So what's going to happen, though, as the dexes get friendlier, they're going to grow, and they definitely do fill a niche, and that niche is you holding custody of your funds. And I do think networks like AtomicDEX network are very important, not only because they're fully decentralized and they're non-custodial, but also because they're so flexible. So the way that I see it, in the next 5 years, we should be talking about trading other things than cryptos on DEXs. We are most likely going to be seeing loans being executed through DEX networks. We're going to be seeing tokenized real estate, tokenized assets, which already exist. The derivatives market is just starting, but it does exist. That's going to be moving towards the DEXs, catering to the hedge funds, the investors that basically want to hold custody of their assets, and also just the regular user that just wants to trade from their own wallet.
That's an absolutely killer answer. Audo or Delton? We also have Jcharming in here, who is our patron saint of support. If anybody else would like to give a little bit of volume to that, PTYX landed an amazing explanation on he thinks the future will look like for centralized exchanges and how things will work 5 years from now. In particular, Auto gave a live stream commentary on the idea of banks and how they work and what that means for our sector. That anybody listening that liked some of what they heard can go back into our live streams and look at that material and content as it comes out on our YouTube. I'll give a few minutes if anybody else wants to leave a comment, and then I'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, I think that was a good answer. Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, it was super complete.
Nothing more to add.
Legitimate. So the next question we're going to put out there on the floor, atomic swaps over proxy tokens. And Delton might even be a clutch person to add some volume to this if he feels like it. Again, PTYX has an amazing voice here in the space, and we're encouraging that more and more. Actually, I think with our PR, we're specifically after some new AMA and talk situations, like with Decrypt, getting PTYX's voice out about that, because he's such a powerful member within the Komodo team. Everybody within the Komodo team is a powerful member that's working very hard as well.
Yeah.
So
That's
what?
True.
Yeah, we're all. I mean, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants here. I know that for sure. So why atomic swaps over proxy tokens? the same thing goes to that question for other dexes. So maybe like why AtomicDEX over other dexes is kind of the hidden item here, because AtomicDEX does not run on proxy tokens. It's all native and non-custodial.
For I think one of the major advantages in the way that the current AtomicDEX architecture works is mainly that it's way more secure than you being dependent on a very complex smart contract that somebody could eventually find a flaw and drain. And that's what's currently happening with dexes like the ones that are built on Ethereum, the dexes that are being built on the Binance Smart Chain, is that you're dependent on the Solidity contract to be secure enough in order for you not to lose your funds. So those could be secure for years, but eventually someone's going to find a vulnerability, and it's going to be able either, one, they might be able to actually front run your swaps and make profit off of them, or two, they might be able to actually drain the contract and everyone loses funds. With the way that the AtomicDEX was built, these are smart contracts by definition, but they're built in a very simple hash lock time contract that is native to that blockchain, so you're not dependent on an external contract. And each step is dependent on a transaction that is occurring live. So there's very little risk or no risk at all for the actual transaction, for example, to be drained, because there's no contract layer in between. It's just two blockchains communicating with each other and the swap fulfilling. So there's more security in that. But again, I think we go back to the whole niche thing and the place that smart contract or token swaps do fill a space like the ones that Uniswap and all these 1inch and all these other DEX aggregators. So the way that I see it, I think that eventually AtomicDEX will cater to both things. We will see DEX ecosystems being bridged into the AtomicDEX so that you can actually do these token swaps if you wish. But ultimately, there are disadvantages to it, and there's advantages to each depending on what you're actually trying to accomplish.
That's a super great answer.
Yeah, we often get the first question is like how we're different from Uniswap, and like are we better or what's the difference? And the way I look at it is that if you make a DEX like Uniswap, like you are relying on the Ethereum ecosystem. So it's just the DEX for Ethereum, and it supports ERC20 contracts. And then if you need to bring another coin like Bitcoin, then you need to wrap it, and you're still trading ERC20 contract that just represents Bitcoin. And that is like a crucial aspect to understand. And then what we did, we kind of broadened the scope, so to say. So we are still working with Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, but in addition, we have other coins like UTXO blockchains such as Bitcoin and Litecoin, Dogecoin, Komodo. And then it allows you to trade like cross protocol or cross ecosystem, like from Ethereum to Bitcoin, and you can hold the real native Bitcoin as you trade. And that's the advantage, that we are not limited to the Ethereum ecosystem, or we are not limited to just Bitcoin. That we are looking to support all the protocols, all the tokens, all the coins. And I think that the estimation or the conclusion was that we would be able to support 99% of all the coins and tokens in existence. Like we are compatible with them. It just takes time to integrate them all to the Komodo DeFi engine. And then once this all is done, and then we are kind of building a bridge, so to say, for the whole blockchain industry, or like we are bringing all the ecosystem together into this larger DEX network powered by atomic swaps. And this is larger in scale, and this to me, like this seems like this is the long-term future for the blockchain industry. Like it's not like we can all see the limitations on Ethereum and just trying to put all the eggs to the one basket, and then it's just the fees go up the sky and you run into problems and you find the bottlenecks. So we really have to create a future for blockchain that is more scalable and flexible. And the whole philosophy and vision behind Komodo from the beginning has been that there has to be other blockchains, like multiple blockchains, and those blockchains work together. And then that is where this atomic swap technology comes in. And the atomic swap technology isn't from Komodo, so it isn't relying on KMD. It's blockchain agnostic, and that's the big benefit it has. But then, of course, KMD and Komodo will benefit indirectly, as it's the official coin from us, and it's cheap in transaction fees. It's fast and it's secure. It's secured by Bitcoin. So we are looking to provide liquidity for the KMD pairs on these DEX, and then it's very useful to have some KMD if you want to be swapping on AtomicDEX or other DEXs.
I think somebody just mentioned Auto on the channel. Webworker did that. AtomicDEX unlocks the layer 2 for Bitcoin and basically every other altcoin. That's really, I think,
great.
It makes sense, because I think right now what we're seeing is just atomic swaps, trading, either way, one way or the other. But you can build other things through the AtomicDEX network, and eventually that is what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's good. That's exciting.
That is super exciting. Delton,
Yeah.
did you want to add anything to that conversation about proxy tokens versus native tokens? Because I know you did that wonderful live stream event.
Yeah, I would just add just like AtomicDEX lets you have your cake and eat it too. So when we talk about like proxy tokens,
Nice.
AtomicDEX supports various wrapped coins, for instance, like wrapped Zcash, wrapped Bitcoin, but also you can trade natively across chain. So if you want to trade like ordinary Zcash or like ordinary Bitcoin, like natively across chain, yes, you can do that as well. So just like it has ultimate flexibility to do whatever you want, whether you want to trade proxy tokens or you want to trade natively.
Awesome. Man, thank you everybody for the great responses there. We always have such great conversations coming out of here. Okay, we've got one more question for this round robin situation, and that is, why is the stable beta 0.4.0.4.0 a huge milestone for Komodo? We've given voice to it and we've talked about it a little bit during the live stream, but just specifically getting this question answered and getting a couple different viewpoints from the team, and maybe even if we have members, longstanding members of the community that have been waiting for this moment, if you want to share a little bit about, we'll be sure to give voice to it on the live stream. I have finished batching out the first 25 people that downloaded AtomicDEX and shared that empty wallet situation. And during it, apparently, some of you people sent me more KMD to
Oh,
make
nice.
that process even longer. So I went ahead and batched that too. So we have more than this time around. So thank you, everybody. I'm really in love with this community here. It's I got to the end and I was like, why do I have more coins still? I guess I got to keep going. And I found some received transactions from other people. So to lead back into the question, why is stable beta 0.4.0 a huge milestone for Komodo? Take it away, whoever feels like they want to jump on that one.
From my perspective, which is, I've worked side by side with Kadan, with CA333, with the development team. I've met them. I've seen them work on this since early 2017, when we were basically making atomic swaps on the command line. And I think what we have now is the culmination of a lot of years of work. The product and I think we proved it in the last stress test, is very, very stable. I think when we first started, atomic swaps would fail around 20% of the time, 20 or 30% of the time. So it was a very high fail rate for the swaps to match. And now we're talking it's less than a percentage of atomic swaps that fail. And just that by itself is a huge monument, because we're talking about fully decentralized trading, and it's completely different blockchains trading from one side to the other. And besides that, when you look at the graphical interface, the user interface is as friendly as it's going to get for atomic swaps, for decentralized trading, and just wallets in general. So I think the 0.4, at least us releasing it as the stable beta, we've not called it this before because I think the team wasn't comfortable with that, and the development team has been working very hard. And what we have now is basically a culmination of all those years of experience, all those years of trying different things, of trial and error, and making this a very friendly experience on mobile and on desktop. And it actually works. Works almost 100% of the time.
That's huge. That's really great. There's little parts of that history that I'm always learning a little bit more about. Like, I didn't realize how low the success rate for atomic swaps was in the past.
Yeah,
And
I mean, we tried to do DICOs with offshoot graphical interfaces just for you, basically like depositing funds and buying a coin that launched. And I remember I was
I
in
remember those
Spain.
actually.
Really? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't know if I was with Auto. Were you with us in Spain when we were doing the Block Nation DICO with CA? I know that Angelino was there. I think a few other people were there. CU was there. And anyways, yeah, I just remember like going crazy because the swaps were failing. And
Oh no.
yeah, but there was
Oh,
nothing we could do about it. It was just the network.
Oh wow. Was this before the so maybe I actually wasn't there. Was this before the public DICOs that were run like back in 2017?
Yeah,
Was
it
this
was
like more
around
of an
those.
internal?
No, this was a public one. I believe it was at the end of 2017 or right at the middle of 2018. It was somewhere around there. I was going back and forth to Europe, and we basically locked ourselves in a house. I think it was like 4 or 5 of us, and we were going through that. But yeah, I when I saw the last stress test, I mean, I was really, really impressed with the low fail rate, because this is a torrent network. At when you look at it, at how the swaps are actually being broadcasted, it's a peer-to-peer torrent network for money. And yeah, it's just incredible how stable it is now.
That's great. All right, we're gonna take a break here soon and go off to the to talk about the stress test results. And Delton is going to be leading up that stress test result talk. Before we go and do that, we actually had a question that was dropped in the Discord. I want to give Delton the opportunity to give a response to. It was by Cypher, who was actually the very first person to respond, the very first member of our Discord community, of our Komodo community, our Komodo society, to respond to the first 25 people get 10 KMD to get their active rewards going. And Cypher asks, can we ask how we will be working on marketing Delton? KMD has an awareness issue. It used to be a top 50 coin, however, it has slowly lost attention with time. How 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 would we go about turning this around? Can the community help this? And I believe that this question is particularly targeted towards Delton, because Delton is the director of content here and acts as this wonderful voice for producing all of our blog content. I know that as soon as he produces a blog, I treat it as a memo and carry it off to all of our third-party partners. And I know that we've spent hours and hours going through how to make better scheduler pieces and how to make the events have a stronger voice. And as far as I can tell, like, this content is just like absolutely amazing. And then of course it just keeps on getting better. So Delton, I want to offer that question up to you to talk about all the things that are going on in marketing. And of course, Auto is like, that's a great one to spin out to you as well, because I know that you have just so much that you've been here for, that you've seen changing. And even PTY, if you want to give any volume to that from like the from another one of those voices from the Komodo team that that is coming from BizDev side and kind of like watching this from a different kind of point of view.
Yeah, so I think like one of the biggest things we're looking to do this year and that we have been doing is just this event series. So when we started like in January, we were just basically in the planning stage for how to run these events, how to do live streams, how to build out this content. And then like throughout February, we've kind of building up with these events. Like we've definitely have a better structure in place. We have like full presentations explaining different topics, explaining like what Komodo technology does, what it is, why people should be using it. So I think this is part of awareness is just like building the content, but then we also have to think about like where do we share that content, what channels do we pursue, yeah, and like how we can get better engagement not only within the Komodo community but also just awareness, as Cypher says, like throughout the greater cryptosphere. So I think, for instance, the March events are really going to help with that because the focus is on social media. So that's one thing we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at like different audiences, expanding to new platforms, and just like how we can build a community. I think JC has been leading Nakamoto Nights, for instance, which is like a grassroots marketing effort, grassroots community group. So there are a lot of things going on that we're going to be continuing to build upon, and I think it's just gonna keep expanding from there, and we're just gonna keep building more awareness. So yeah, everyone should just be looking out for the events, and we're gonna have like more details about how everyone can get involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to invite everyone to stick around on our Discord and follow the announcement we'll be making as we enter March. So those who are new, like we are working with the marketing in a sprints. So each month we have a new sprint, and in March it's focused on social media and community. And what we're doing is that we have started doing public marketing meetings and brainstorms. And on next Monday or Tuesday, and in next week in general, we will be planning the goals and programs for March. So if you're interested, you can just hop in and listen in as we plan everything. The goal of March will be to kind of clear the pathway for anyone in the community to get involved and help us push Komodo message and AtomicDEX across all different social media channels and work more closely with us. And we are looking to build and launch some sort of bounty programs and proposal systems. So again, we'd like everyone to just join in to the effort and help us make some noise about AtomicDEX, and also help PTYX with his awareness project, that is the Doge DEX. So what PTY has done is he forked the AtomicDEX, branded it for the Doge community, and that app is now coming available for mobile, and there's been huge reception from the Doge community. So I'm sure like P2I will want to talk about that later on. So that's just one example, like how you could help out, like reach out to P2I and see what you could do to help out, and stay tuned for the announcements we make on the website, and jump into the calls on Discord.
Yeah, that's a good one. Being because a lot of people, especially, I mean, I'm on time, and I'm on. Usually people ping me, but I usually ping. It's just a Telegram. There's not a lot of numbers there, and a lot of people ask how to get involved and this and that. And I think we definitely need to find a place for them to concentrate their efforts. So if we're all on Discord, if we're attending the meetings, and we're all in a common channel, when someone pushes out something on social media, then the rest can help, and it just has a bigger impact than just someone posting something randomly and then waiting for people to help promote it. and the community definitely is interested in helping. So, we welcome you to join Discord. We, the marketing team and business and sometimes development, are basically live every week on the roundtable meetings, so you have access to them. There's dedicated channels for community, for suggestions, or basically anything that like any initiative that you think is a good idea. There's been really, really good ideas pitched recently, and we are open to them. And if it's something that we think that we can do and it'll create, that it's worth the effort, we will do it. So we welcome you to join these channels. And if you're on Telegram, hop on over to Discord, and you'll find your place in one of those channels.
Absolutely fantastic. Yep, I couldn't agree more. To add more volume to Charles Gonzalez PTYX's voice, we have been working with community to develop more of these solutions for when community ideas come forward. How do we champion them? Something I'm actually doing right now, if you're watching on the live stream and wondering what these other transactions are that I'm batching out, is that I just sent 250 KMD more from my own wallet, and I'm sending them out to our very own Nakamoto Knights, which we talked about in earlier live streams in our bounty channel here, the community bounties here in our Discord. There was a fleet of retweets that came out from members of our community when I asked for it to try to get a hold of A. Pompliano and get him in DMs. And it turned out that we did get him in DMs, and it turned out to be a great win. The Nakamoto Knights is one of the various programs that we're looking to just see if a focused tweet or social media program would work. And it really wasn't meant to be anything that was built out until March, when we do all of our social media building and our expansion. And everybody that's been a part of that has been very patient for the last month while they've been waiting for me to batch out rewards and create more of these reward topics and stuff like that. And I'm going ahead and doing that on live stream, doubling down with the same KMD rewards that I just sent out to the first 25 people that sent in empty wallets. I just sent over 250 KMD from my own wallet to go ahead and send that out to the wonderful Nakamoto Knights that have been working to do this, to say thank you, and then to ask them to watch for these bounty opportunities and watch for the Nakamoto Knights support that's coming out during March. And if you're listening along and you ever saw the Zilk social pay media campaigns and you loved that situation, or the Chain Link Marines and you love that situation, Nakamoto Knights is a very similar situation going on, where it's a community built, community run, distributed sharing social media campaign to help bring awareness and ride the dragon and just continue on this wonderful warpath that marketing is on, leading into the Summer Blockchain Conference happening in June.
I want to jump in here and answer one question from the chat. Like, there's been was it NIMC? Like, there's a business opportunity basically, and there's a question about this, and there might be other ideas. So I'm gonna show what you guys can do. Like, maybe you are part of a project, you're watching the stream, you would like to work with us, or you would like to get a branded DEX. So basically, like, you would be contacting PTYX here, who's be talking the stream. So here's what you do. Like, you go to the konoplatform.com website, which is, you land on a page looking like this, and then you go to the business tab, and this is if you want to connect to a business team for some sort of partnership or coin listing or making your own blockchain. So then you just scroll down, and then here's the contact us form. You just input your email. You can choose a topic from the drop down. If this doesn't describe, then just choose other, type in your message, and then just send. And you will get a copy of the message you sent, and P2I or someone else from the business team or from the Komodo team will be in contact with you. The email is also here in case you would prefer. You can just send the email to partners@konoplatform.com. So that is how the people from NIMC or anyone else could reach out for a proposal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we were discussing, one of the ideas that somebody pitched yesterday was to have monthly free listings. And I think that's a really, really great idea. We have to discuss how it would work. But basically, the idea somebody pitched yesterday was to have a monthly event where we would pick 3 or 4 projects, and the projects would vote. And in order to vote, they would need to vote with the KMD token. So 1 KMD, 1 vote. And whichever one wins gets listed. And I think, honestly, like those types of ideas are really, really good. Those are things that we can actually implement. And if you have any ideas at all, reach out. If you do want to get integrated into the DEX, like Audo said, go to the website, go to the business section, fill out the form, and somebody will get back to you.
Absolutely great. Let's go ahead and take a 1 to 2 minute break, Auto, whatever you want to throw up on the screen. And then when we come back, we will have Delton talking about the stress test results. And this live stream has been going on for so much longer than we initially intended it to, that we will likely end it there. And talk about how you can come back tomorrow, and everybody can come back tomorrow for another one of these live stream events as the party continues for the stable beta 0.4.0 release, and you can earn more prizes, and you'll be able to hear about the branded dexes and the what's coming next for AtomicDEX 0.4.0 and the Komodo team, all surrounding these ideas, and just get get more of this content that's coming out. So hand it over to you, Auto, for that short break, and then coming back to Delton for the stress test results.
Yep, so we are going to take a short 4-minute break, and after the break the Delton, and then we can also play one more time of that game, like we promised. So another 50 KMD up for grabs after the Delton's presentation, so stick around.
All right. Welcome back to the stable beta 0.4.0 uh, release and announcement party. If this is your first time joining it, and you found your way to our live streams, you can find more about us either on YouTube, Twitter, or on Discord, where our community is actually streaming it out live from and where we're doing our competitions from. You can go to AtomicDEX.io, which is what I have up on the stream, streaming live out of our Discord, which is our brand new product explainer page, all talking about AtomicDEX. And you can go to komodoplatform.com and check out the business developer or community tabs, depending on what your interests are, or just scroll through the first page and pick up a copy of AtomicDEX and see what we've been writing about in the libraries and watch the video on exploring Komodo technology. All powerful ways that you can get involved with Komodo. If you've ever wanted to be involved with blockchain, learn, or innovate here, this is the right community to be with and get involved. What we have coming up next for this live stream event is we are going to be talking about the AtomicDEX stressed test results. And that is put on by our very own Delton, who is head of content here. The AtomicDEX stress test was a major event for Komodo happening in December 12th and 13th of 2020. During the stress test, we had something like nearly 250,000 swaps that went through the Komodo DeFi engine, the technology that underpins AtomicDEX, and we broke things and dev team fixed them on the fly. We basically just made it so that the dev team was allowed to sleep for 3 days in a row, which is kind of a win and kind of not at the same time. But they loved it. We loved it. We had 800 unique active participants, and we gave out something like I think 5,000 USD worth of prizes at that time. And we also partnered with several projects that came, such as Qtum, Ravencoin, Einsteinium, Navcoin was there. We had a collection of others as well. I just don't have the script in front of me right now. It's that if you are interested in that stress test, you can go into our library and search for that stress test and find all those blog articles about it. Now I am going to hand off the mic to Delton, who is going to talk a little bit about the stress test results that we've been able to land some wonderful and significant PR coverage on that has been really great to get that distribution on, and has built out a wonderful article that we get to continue to push for SEO qualities about the AtomicDEX stress test. Actually, let me throw it up in the live stream pane so people here in the Discord can also watch it down. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. And stress test results.
Yeah, thanks, JC.
Absolutely. Thanks for writing this great article. It's killer, talking about the Komodo DeFi engine plus AtomicDEX, the key takeaways, graphing the results, stress test comparisons between 2019 and 2020, like the ways in which we've grown. I'm going to leave this up and be happy to hear you talk about it.
Sure, yeah, sounds good. So the biggest takeaway, I guess, from the stress test that was completed last December is basically that AtomicDEX and the Komodo DeFi engine are basically battle ready. So we proved that it's a scalable technology and it's ready for widespread adoption. So the Komodo DeFi engine is basically the underlying technology that powers various GUI applications, and AtomicDEX is the first GUI application built on top of the Komodo DeFi engine. And AtomicDEX is just a secure cryptocurrency wallet with an integrated Atomic Swap DEX rolled into one application. So you can store your digital assets securely, and you can cross protocol trades whenever you want to. There are several different blockchain protocols integrated into Komodo DeFi engine, and that you can use through AtomicDEX. So we have a lot of good takeaways from the stress test. So one of the big things was that the stress tests actually used very minimal infrastructure. So this also proved scalability because with minimal infrastructure, we were able to handle the load from all the people making atomic swaps during the stress test. And during the stress test, we use two independent blockchains, which are the Rick and Morty blockchains, which are test coins that you can find in AtomicDEX. And we were able to reach 10,000 swaps per minute. And the good thing about this is because AtomicDEX is available on desktop and available on mobile, the resource consumption was quite low. So for CPU, it was like around 5% on average, and the peaks were also very low. And another thing is the stress test validated the Komodo DeFi engine is ready to be used by different projects that want to build their own atomic swap powered decentralized exchanges and non-custodial wallets. So now we see DEX, for instance, as a branded DEX created from the Komodo DeFi engine. And we expect to see a lot more branded DEXs in the future using this underlying protocol for their own DEXs and non-custodial wallets. And another major thing from this stress test is AtomicDEX is capable of being integrated into IoT devices. And now we look at some of the results from the stress test, some graphs and charts. So the first chart looks at CPU consumption. As we talked about earlier, it's around 5% on average, so very low CPU consumption on Electrum nodes throughout the entire stress test weekend. And compared to the 2019 stress test, we saw an 820% increase in the number of users. So there were more people using both the command line interface and the various GUI applications. And the total number of swaps is just like unreal. The difference, it's 3,330% increase. So everyone was making swaps. It was very good. Yeah. And then we have how swaps were completed. As you can see, there were a lot on the command line, but also we had a lot of people using AtomicDEX on mobile and also on desktop. And there was a total of over 150,000 atomic swaps completed during the stress test. And comparing the different GUI platforms, so Android was the most popular out of all of them, followed by Windows, and then Linux, iOS, and then OS X. And if anyone wants to look at the exact numbers, we have all the unabridged raw data here. So you have the nice charts here you can look at, but also we have all the numbers here. And finally, we have the AtomicDEX user guide series. So it's just like links to various blog posts that explain how to use AtomicDEX. We have a brief explainer that talks about the non-custodial wallet and the decentralized exchange. And we also have instructions on how to download and set up AtomicDEX, how to get started by funding your wallet and completing your first trade. And we also have a link to AtomicDEX features, so you can check out all the features. Yeah, and that's it.
Wow, thanks. That was a really great explainer piece over so many of our key takeaway results of the AtomicDEX stress test and what a lot of our PR and media partners got so excited about. Especially in a bull market, it's being able to land news is such a difficult thing to do, but when you do land news, it really means a lot for the project. Whereas in a bear market, it's much easier to land news, but it doesn't really do anything for the project, just besides create some general awareness. Both of them come with their challenges, and both of them come with their rewards for sure. Being able to work this out and get this into PRs, Delton making this wonderful high quality blog post really was the clutch takeaway from the AtomicDEX stress test that we get to share now with everybody. Thanks for going through that explainer, Delton.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, now I think that Auto has the last game that we're going to do, this wonderful Wheel of Misfortune that for for guessing what's going to be up there and getting people getting a reward for KMD for following along. Don't forget that we have a bounty associated with our Reddit, so go to our subreddit where you can do that. Being a part of this live stream lets you be part of the 10 KMD for the first 25 people that submitted their blank wallet address for starting up a new AtomicDEX 0.4.0. And we keep an eye on our Twitter. We'll have a bounty campaign that comes out there. and you get to capitalize on that moving into the event that we get to follow up with this tomorrow, which is another hour and a half live stream with all kinds of prizes and events, and getting to talk more about the branded DEXs and the BizDev situation, liquidity for AtomicDEX, the future of what AtomicDEX looks like and the team behind it and what they're doing, and just a huge thank you to everybody that's attending right now. Oh, also the Nakamoto Knights getting an additional reward for helping tweet out content during this past month. As the Nakamoto Night program is scheduled to actually be going into full swing in March, and so many people jumped on it in February that it just became something that it's like, all right, well, we've got to do more with this now. So thank you, Nakamoto Knights out there that have started to be this wonderful sharing, retweeting social engine to help get the word of Komodo out there.
All right, so that brings us to the game.
Yeah.
So here we go. Another 50 KMD loaded up on another seed. Whoever guesses it first and claims gets the 50 KMD. And I already filled a few letters here, S and G. What you need to know is that the seed is written in all caps, spaces between the words, one space between the word, like normally. So all caps. And in this sentence, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. So what you need to figure out is what these 6 words are, what is the sentence, and that is the seed. So use the seed to log in to the AtomicDEX wallet, or in other words, you import this seed to your AtomicDEX, you log in, and if you guessed correctly, there's 50 KMD there, and you will transfer that 50 KMD out of that public wallet into your own wallet where it is safe, and you win, and you won the bounty. So we'll be running more of these games tomorrow. We have a stream at 6 p.m. UTC or 1800 UTC at the same time, and if we do more, we also have more topics. We will have PTY talking about Doge DEX. We might have CA double three on as well. Today he couldn't make it as there was an important business meeting at the same time, but hopefully he can join us tomorrow. So be sure to tune in. But now let's just update this. And we can validate that there's still 50 KMD in the address. And now let's just sort some numbers on the Komodo Discord chat. I mean, not numbers, letters, and then I will.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. So sort out some letters, and I will reveal more letters, and then we can get this party going.
Don't forget that if you're watching and paying attention out of our Discord right now, that you need to land on one of the stream in our Twitter or the stream on our YouTube, so that all this information is coming out at the same time as everybody else, so that we don't stream it from our Discord and then you 3-second lag delay between that and every other person that's hooked into the streams elsewhere.
Just first loading up this window so we can monitor if there's a claim on lifetime, and if someone finds, I just shout here on the stream.
There's been so much going on. I actually forgot what the words are that are part of this this Wheel of Misfortune game. So it's I'm going to be surprised too.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Here it is. So it's probably still there. There has been no transactions, no unconfirmed transactions yet. So the 50 KMD is still there. So let's jump to the game. And did we get some letter? All right, Cyber was first with an A, so let's see.
Oh yeah, good letter. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How do you guess that?
There we have it. Then Jockey Jock wants an O. I wonder what that one word is.
Nobody knows.
Always a good one to pick. All right, give us more if you want.
They're
Or
all on
should
to
we
us.
stop? Let's see, are there any claims? Need to F5 update, I guess. Nothing yet. All right, Andy wants an L. There are no L.
No else. Only dubs.
What were the alphabets? Which one did we have? We have S, G, O, A,
A, yeah.
and L was also included, but it's not part of the sentence. So S, G, O, A, L. Those are what have been included. Give us more.
Did anybody guess a J yet for JL777?
J. All right. J requested by JC. JC, have you guessed it yet? You should know it.
I know, I really should.
Yeah, there's no J, so
Right. Artist is asking for an S or an H.
Shit.
all right, let's go over S. No, S was already included, yeah.
I feel like somebody should ask for an I and a T next.
Well, someone on YouTube did ask for a T. Nelson asked for a T.
Okay, let's take T. We got one T. Only one. Let's again jump and see if someone has claimed. Nope. And the game continues. So,
Dang, this is a serial one.
our outs one says an H. Let's go with that one. There is no H.
When we were working these out, all I remember was that we're like, we should make them hard enough. And then it's like, that's gonna be like all of our conversations were like, this is gonna be too easy. And then everybody nailed the first one. It's like, looks like we got some people in the second one.
Maybe one hint. This is something we have been discussing today here on the stream.
Solid hint.
Right. I don't know how helpful it is.
It's not totally random. No Kipris words.
Can we say something more specific?
Well, I guess we should pick a letter.
It's a technology we've been talking about.
Ooh, yeah, it's a solid one.
Have you not got any new? Are there any on YouTube that we haven't included?
We have an X.
X, okay. There is an X.
There is an X? Oh, that's right, there is an X. I remember what it is now.
Where is the link to the game? It's on the YouTube. I guess he cannot hear me, so it's not the link. Someone link to him.
Yep. 1 second.
Someone is confused. Well, this is a chance to win 50 KMD. Whoever guesses these 6 words first, you can add the seed to your AtomicDEX wallet and then claim the amount by sending it back to your own wallet. Give us the first letters of each word. Should we do that?
Yeah.
But then it might it breaks the rules, so I think we will stick with them. I mean, if there's no other guess, I will just pick one. But that's after, if no one has claimed. Just validate that one more time. And it seems like someone did guess it.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Better move fast and take the rewards too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rewards up
Get
for
the active
grabs
user reward.
still.
Yeah.
Is there a time when this was noticed? No. No except time. We said 54. No, that was just a moment ago. Okay, well, congratulations, the winner. I think it's safe to say that there are no
Somebody
double
scooped up.
spends, so we can just continue and reveal what it was. Takes a bit of time, so we can keep guessing. AtomicDEX runs
We got
on
some
Komodo
shout
DeFi
outs already.
engine. That's a piece of
Yeah, Ozzy with the
info.
shout out.
Okay, so that concludes the games for today. If we can do more of these tomorrow on the tomorrow stream. And of course, there's any other ideas for any other type of games you would like to see on our stream. We are on all ears. And is there anything else we have to go over, JC?
Let me check my notes. Just a big thank you to everybody that stuck around. We wound up turning this into a 2-hour-long live stream. We were thinking that it might be just an hour. Gonna give we got a quick summary that the stable beta 0.4.0 is now out and live. You can grab it from the Komodo platform homepage by going to Komodo platform and then clicking on the AtomicDEX note in the navigation bar. Or of course, you can grab it from the new beautiful product explainer page, AtomicDEX.io. Upgrade your DEX experience. And if you liked anything that you heard here and you want to hear more about it, be sure to plug into the monthly scheduler that's coming out on the community page and in our blog. It's sent out to people's emails. It's thrown all around. It's usually pinned to the top of Twitter. It'll be pinned to the top of Reddit and our other social media channels. We have one more event happening for February, and it is a continuation of this party tomorrow, starting at the same time, planning to run for an hour, doing the stable beta launch party into the AtomicDEX Bounty Day, which will be on Saturday, tomorrow, February 17th. Again, more bounties to win. We're going to be running more of what you saw today, and more opportunities to pick up KMD. We'll be shouting this out to more of our affiliate influencer market to pick this up, especially since the first one is done now. They can look at it and go, wow, that's great. And then actually pick up more of it. We got so much more attendance here than we would have expected, and we really appreciate it for all the views and everybody that stuck around and checked it out. I don't think I have anything else. Be sure to go and check out our Reddit. We have the bounty campaign pinned to the top of there, and keep an eye on our Twitter for a bounty campaign to come there as well, a contest piece which we'll be announcing at the start of tomorrow's first hour instead of today's. So thank you, everybody. I'll leave Audo with any last words, and Delton and PTYX if he has anything else to say, of course. Also, we have a quick shout out to Collider, who is here in our Discord. Crypto Collider is a project that we talked about and touted during the AtomicDEX stress test, and Collider's coin integration is complete as of 0.4.0, as far as I'm aware of. And I would definitely encourage people to check out that project. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing built out that we partnered with. Audo, turning it over to you for closing it out.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Look forward to seeing you on the tomorrow stream. And please join the bounty contest on Twitter and Reddit. And join our marketing meetings next week. Let's plan the next month together and make some more noise about Komodo and AtomicDEX.
Awesome. See you guys tomorrow then.
Yeah, see everybody. Thanks for coming to the live stream.